Welcome to Forever Local, where no matter the borders, the country, or the culture, I'm forever local on my terms. And if you watched a previous video, guess what? We're in a new country. While you're here, make sure you click the thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe even click the notification bell. There's going to be more videos to come.
3, 2, 1.
Yep, you guessed right. We're in Tanzania. Jambo, or hi, hello, sup, what you doing? That's a new word in Swahili. I'm going to teach you just a few words today because that's all I really know if I'm telling the truth, right? But this is Tanzania, Dar es Salaam to be exact. Coastal city, beautiful place. Roads are wide open. Like they were expecting ships to cross the road. I don't really know. But this is about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning that I arrived. Actually, I arrived earlier than that, but I had an issue with getting a taxi from the airport. So do yourself a favor. If you're arriving in Dar late in the evening, don't depend on rideshare like Uber or Bolt or Yango or whatever other services you may be familiar with in your country or countries you visited before. In this country, make sure you have a ride or else be prepared to pay whatever the cost the taxi service is wanting to charge you from the airport. And especially if you need to go out a little further than the immediate airport area. So be prepared for that. It took me a few hours to get through customs, get my luggage, and then figure out this whole ride situation. I could go on and on for that. Actually, the person that's driving me ended up being a huge issue because I didn't have local currency. He wanted to charge me separate from the Uber app. He wanted cash in person. I didn't have cash in person. He was actually trying to hold me hostage in the taxi when I got to my destination. And I told him that he could either take the payment on the rideshare app or not get paid at all. Very quickly, I learned there's one party going on at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Very lively, right? I had a few on my way back to my place, and it was more like 4:30, 4:45-ish in the morning. But these people was out. Remember I said I was going to teach some words? Habari gani. It's like, what's up or what's happening? Because here's a party, right? There's parties everywhere. Party number 2. Have to learn how to, juck and shive and all that good stuff, right? Because apparently Dar is popping at all times of the hour. Just pick what you want to do, right? At whatever time it's gonna be available. I learned that everything is open. This was also during the COVID precaution season, but Tanzania is different. Tanzania didn't follow the guidelines that other countries followed during this global issue, and they managed just fine. Not saying that it did not touch them, that it was not affected by the global issue, but Tanzania kept it moving, and I appreciate them for that, because almost 2 years of mask and sanitation overload where people were not doing it but pretending that they were doing it, okay, let me get off that subject. This is Tanzania. This is Dar Es Salaam, and I'm actually headed to my destination from the airport. And here's another party over here. Hey, right? It's parties everywhere, clubs, whatever. I really don't know if they're parties or not, but it was a bunch of people outside and a bunch of cars, and I heard music, and so in my mind that means party. Maybe it was the end of the party, but it was still a party. That's 3 parties in less than 30 minutes. At 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. It did not look like it was calming down. It looked like it was going. Like it was strong going, right? But let me get back to my point here. Dar so far, that rhymes. Dar so far. Dar is a pretty place. And I'm heading to Mbezi Beach. I chose to go into Mbezi Beach, and I don't regret it. I did not pick a regular chain hotel like a Ramada, even though this Ramada was a pretty decent hotel for the area, more like what I may be accustomed to, but I wanted a local or a non-chain hotel because that's how my forever local mind works. And so I'm headed in that direction. This hotel is actually along the beach stretch and the street that I stayed in, the hotels that I stayed in. But listen, it worked out for me. I even stayed there a night just so I can get a feel of it, okay? But this is my view at my place at my first night. It's literally about 5 a.m. in the morning, and I came upstairs finally after being held hostage from that driver. And this is the view I had, and it was worth it. It was worth the little short hassle that I had. It is worth the price of entry. Africa has all of those price of entry worth it statements for me. Just for me. Maybe not for you, but for me. Okay? Look at the view. Oh! This is the Indian Ocean. Can you believe it? Indian Ocean. The world is your oyster. Completely. Pick a place and go. Don't waste time. Look at this person out in the middle of the ocean. They're in a boat. I'm not sure if it's a fisherman or not, or if it's just a normal person deciding that they want to get on the water today. You have the islands in the background. You can actually take a boat out to those islands. There are people on the beach that will take you there. They're there all day long. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how many times I've said that. The tide is coming in. It's very peaceful. The birds are starting to fly past. I was on a higher floor, which is what I prefer. The skies are lavender. They're starting to turn colors of pink and yellow and orange because the sun is getting ready to come out. The breeze is absolutely, oh God, it's just kissing my skin. I can feel it. This beach calls my name in my sleep, okay? That's how magical it was for me. And I know I likely say certain things are magical and it's lovely. That's just me, okay? That's me. This would be a perfect time for me to say, if I haven't already said in the video, thank you for tuning in. If you're a returning family member, welcome, fam bam. And if you are a first-time viewer, hey, take a seat. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because there will be more. And this right here is less than 30 minutes later and the full sun is out. The sky is clear. You got some puffy clouds. I'm checking myself to make sure I could go outside or how I look. This is the pool in my view, and then I'm looking like, ooh, you going outside? And I decided to book a few other places because I wanted to bump around like a local, right? I wanted to see different areas. This is the definition of provisions given to live peacefully and in harmony with nature. No excuses.
Or sea moss, or whatever it is. So yeah, that's so cool. I don't know if it's like sometimes maybe take it back and wash it off. Don't know.
I'm thinking if the fishermen can bring in the catch to consume right off the shore, then you should be able to consume this as well. I've been walking along the beach for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and it's time for me to go back. My mother said my dress is too big, but I liked it, so I wore it. And then I decided to go out on the town within my first 24 hours of being in Dar Es Salaam, Tanzania. What do? I hop on a moto because Rhonda has me hooked to motos. It had been maybe 20 years since I had really been on a motorcycle, and listen, I love it. It's a great way to transport. I actually love taking videos on the moto because, I don't know, you're moving, and so it's different and I don't have to do a whole lot. It gives me content for you guys that I didn't know I was preparing content for you. I just thought it was videos for myself. These videos are shot on my iPhone. I say that all the time. I'm not a professional, as you can tell. I'm just picking up my phone and clicking record, and this is what you get. And I decided I wanted to record behind me, or what was behind me, not necessarily myself, because I am very camera shy, but I wanted to film this, and this is what you have. I think I'm like on the way to an ATM or a bank, and maybe to pick up some fruit, because there are designated fruit stands. Ooh, I said that was close. Did y'all hear that? It was a whole bunch of bleep, 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 bleep going on. It was close. So now would be a good time to talk about transportation. I like motos, as I previously just stated, but they also have these things called tuk-tuks or punjabs. If you're from Dar, please in the comments tell me what you all call them, because I can't really remember. But they're very efficient on time, on space. When there's traffic, they can maneuver through just like a moto can almost, and also economical. They're very economical to take all around town. It doesn't just have to be a short distance. So it gives you a little bit more security than a motorcycle, but not as much closed door within metal as a 4-door car, if I could say that. But those are the common. You have Uber, you have other apps that you could use as well. Yeah, that's it. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing the Maasai men and the other tribes that wore their tribal wear in places of business, for work, for personal, or just every day. They were out. I love that, right? I decided to take a seat further up the street from my place on the beach to grab something to eat. I ended up getting a smoothie, which was very small. It was good, but it was very small. And chips or French fries, because everything else was stuff that I didn't really eat. So I had to settle on that. I made it back to my place. It was still early. The sun was still out. People were still out. And if you're still here, go ahead and like and subscribe on the video, right? You've made it this far. But guess what? The best of the things didn't even get caught on video. But this coconut did. All roads lead to coconut and coconut water for me. All roads lead to coconut water. But this is peace out from Forever Local within my first 24 hours of being in Tanzania, particularly Dar es Salaam and in Mbezi Beach area. Asante Sana.